It is time to ignite those dreams of our young people and empower the youth to bring their visions to life. Now we are partnering with the After School Graduate Development Center on the Ignite Enterprise project to provide practical tools to teach young people how to build businesses and to create employment for others. In Lagos, the possibilities are endless. Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́ o.
Ignite, from dreams to reality. Lagos State, in partnership with AGDC, presents Ignite, powered by First Bank and supported by Bank of Industry. Despite the daily challenges, Nigeria remains a country of immense opportunity. For those who dare to dream or who dare to put those dreams into action, great rewards await. Welcome to Ignite. If you're an entrepreneur or aspiring to be one, then Ignite will give you practical lessons on starting and growing your own business. Ignite, from dreams to reality. Lessons learned, lived, and shared by the host of the show, Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika.
Awoshika is a carpenter. She's a mother, she's a wife, she's a pastor, and she's a Nigerian. I graduated in chemistry from University of Ife. When I left Ife, I went to serve in Akintola Williams & Co. with an ambition to become a chartered accountant and go and work in a bank. But by the end of my first year in Akintola Williams & Co., I realized that I was a bit too restless for the seriousness of the accounting field. And I opted not to stay back to continue in that field, but I still wanted to go and work in a bank. But I didn't want to sit at home after youth service, so I wanted the very first job I could get, anything to keep myself busy. And the first job I could get within my first week after youth service, after coming back home, was in a furniture company. When I got there, I discovered why, through my secondary school period, I'd considered becoming an architect, because the creative part of me came alive, and I loved the ability to turn space around, the colors, the creativity, and all of that. But I didn't like the value system of the company I was working with. But without thinking much, the restlessness of a young woman at that stage, I just thought, oh, I can do this and I can do it better with a different set of values. And at that stage, I left after only 3.5 months in that company. And I went to set up a company and started my adventure. The largest part of my business group is in furniture manufacturing, and within that group we have the Chair Center Limited, which is the retail and design part of the company, the retail to the customer. We have Sokwa Chair Center, which is a joint venture with the largest French manufacturer of office seating, and we produce international standard office seating from our factory in Nigeria. It's a JV between the Chair Center, Sokwa Chair Center of France, Guarantee Trust Bank, and 2 local investors. And then we have Furniture Manufacturers MAT, which is a company solely owned by the Chair Center Limited. That factory is responsible for manufacturing, processing of laminates and wood components, both for our own retail customers and for other manufacturing companies. And the 4th member of the group is TCC Systems and Services Limited. That part of the group deals with anti-robbery security, bankway anti-robbery security systems. We were the pioneers in the business in Nigeria from '97. You know, the bulletproof doors that you see at the entrance of banks and all that. We introduced it into the market. We worked with an Italian company called Elettronica Toscana, ET. And we were a monopoly on the market, I think, for about 6 to 7 years before competition came in. And we remained the largest and the most established company in that business in the last 15 years. I learned a lot just on the way because I didn't have any formal education for running a business or for starting a business. That's part of why I believe that this Ignite project is really essential. If I had a lot more knowledge, I probably would have moved faster and I would have avoided some pitfalls. And the way our educational system is structured right now, entrepreneurship is not a part of it because we mistakenly think that people will just wake up, or some are just born as business people. Some have a more natural inclination towards it, but a doctor who sets up a private hospital is a business person. He's a doctor who is running a business of medicine. He stops being just a doctor because if he sees a patient, he's a doctor. If he's running the hospital, he's a businessman. He better have the skills. But how I closed the gap was over time, I was honest with myself to admit my own limitations in some sense. And I always went back to school. At a stage, I went to Lagos Business School and was in the Chief Executive Program. 3 years after that, I knew that whatever I learned there, which helped me at that stage, was no longer enough for what I wanted to do. I was ambitious and I had great vision for the business, but I also wanted to have the tools to take the right decisions in order to take the business to the next level. I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to entrepreneurship is to imagine that they're not able to fulfill their dreams because of funding. It's the first and the easiest barrier that you can put between yourself and what you want to do. But what I've discovered is if someone is passionate about something enough, money is not big enough to stop them.
When you sit down, when you think that, oh, I want to do this, immediately your mind can run ahead of you with, oh, I can do this and I can do this, and you get all excited. It's called an entrepreneur's bug. And you think, I can do this, and the next thing you think, the only thing that can stop me from doing this is money, which is the average answer you get from every young person. Oh, I have ideas. I know what to do. I just don't have the money. Fa. It's not all about money.
Ignite, from dreams to reality.
What do I like? I like what I do. I like going on holiday with my family. And I like my car. I like gadgets. And I like my bank.
If your bank were us, you would like us too. Since 1894, we have built a strong and stable financial institution based on insightful local know-how, global reach, and a commitment to deliver to you world-class innovative solutions. First Bank, truly the first.
Ignite, from dreams to reality.
You can build from scratch without having much starting off. And if you're patient and you're disciplined, over time you will find that the little that you had will get you started. And along the way, as the value of what you're doing begins to show up, help will come. Really, in my real life experience, that's really what happened to me. Because I started with nothing. I realized, I'd learned in the 3.5 months in that furniture company that when a customer comes to order, they pay 70% down payment. Carpenters come with their tools. I didn't need to buy tools. There were markets where all the big machineries were available, so I could go and process there and just pay for the service. I didn't need to buy the machine. I didn't need to hire the machinist. When the customer has paid the 70% down payment, I could discipline myself enough to apply that to produce the order. Now, because you're using a lot of external services, it just means that your profit will be so little. But it doesn't matter. It's the price you pay for getting the business started. And one at a time, you build on it, and you allow your business to start to grow. It's really about your commitment to the vision, your ability to discipline yourself, your tenacity, and your desire to see your dream move to reality. That's why this program is called Ignite Dreams to Reality, because every business idea we have is only a dream. But what we're saying is between the dream and the reality, there's so much that must happen. What we're trying to do with the Ignite Enterprise Project is to raise a generation of informed entrepreneurs. Their degree just means that their mind is open to learning. It means they're able to process information in a disciplined manner. It means that if you nudge them in the right way, they should be able to make things happen. A graduate of civil engineering can become a business person running a tiling facilitation company, which means for every building, all he's interested in is in tiling all the areas that need to be tiled. The way he will do it is different from the way the ordinary bricklayer will handle it. He's educated, his ability to process things, his ability to make sure that lines are straight, this and that, based on his training, will come into play. But the management of the business involves a lot more. He will learn about handling his finance, about building credibility for the business, about using the bank, building account and track records, about pricing, about so many things that make businesses fail. What we really need to do is to raise an enlightened crop of entrepreneurs who are given the skills across the board with understanding. I know a lot of what I learned in business school helped me in the last phase of doing things. It made it possible for me to realize with an open mind that you don't need to own 100% of anything, and you can do it successfully. Partnerships can be a problem, but a lot of times also because we don't do our homework and we don't do the right matching and we don't take care of legal structures, we don't take care of so many things that then show up later and become a problem. So it's what I'm hoping that, working with Lagos State, with First Bank as a major sponsor, with a Bank of Industry and the entire team that is involved, and After School Graduate Development Center, which was set up solely to address the problem of employability in the country, we will be able to raise a whole new generation of entrepreneurs. Nigeria is a land of so many opportunities just because we have so many problems. Every single problem we have is a business opportunity for a discerning mind, a committed heart, and a passionate person.
Ignite, from dreams to reality.
If you want to keep your business growing, in a country like Nigeria, you have to be very, very persistent.
Whatever you want to do, you have a aim for what you want to do, and you have a passion for it.
You need to have certain experience and skills depending on what kind of business you want to run.
You need to have integrity.
Knowledge your customer, because without the customer, your business can't move forward to the next level.
First of all, do map up any business you want to do before you go into it.
You have to be more willing to listen to the advices of people that are ahead in the business.
It takes consistency, being focused and being determined, because there will be lots of ups and downs, and if you are not determined, you lose track.
Ignite, from dreams to reality. As Nigeria's commercial capital and indeed the business hub of West Africa, Lagos is very much open for business. The far-sighted administration of Executive Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola SAN has embraced the concept of enterprise education, and they have partnered with the Ignite Enterprise Project to spark a new generation of entrepreneurs in Lagos State.
Underlying rationale for this partnership is the initiative by the After School Graduate Development Center, who, apart from seeing what all of us saw, that young people were leaving school and they were not finding jobs, decided to do something about it. And they began what I found out to be an entrepreneurship development and skill development training for graduates. Because whilst it is true that our economy is not running optimally, There's still jobs out there, but the graduates who come out are not prepared to take those jobs because there's a curriculum mismatch. So the human capital that is coming out of our schools does not respond to the needs of our economy. And we thought that this was a good initiative to latch on to because people were coming to us and we could only take that many. And we thought that it was also important if we could use the skills that the After School Graduate Development Center had developed to send people to them. We will finance the training for young graduates who were sending their resumes and CVs to us to teach them to fend for themselves by entrepreneurship training or to do a skill development and adaptation so that they can fit into existing jobs that they ordinarily do not have the training to undertake. So we've done that with graduate teachers. We're doing it now with health workers, and we're expanding the curriculum to other sectors. We are doing also entrepreneurship training for people to go into camps, cooperatives, how to run and manage their own businesses, use their skills. We're looking at waste management as a place also where there are opportunities for young people. You see, the way this economy has evolved, my generation and sadly the generation after me was trained that once you leave school, put on a tie and there will be a job. But the money is where people don't want to get their hands dirtied. We are maintaining highways now. The Public Works Corporation is led by a young person with a very young team of boys and girls working overnight. You drive through a road that had a pothole last night and in the morning is gone. It's young people who are doing the lane marking. Those are places where young people would never have thought there was work. And that is what the After School Graduate Development Center is saying. Let's look here. Let's look there. I learned, for example, from them at a session we had in healthcare. Hospitals were looking for masseurs, people to massage and deal with people who had strokes, and we just didn't have the capacity. So they're training people who have basic skills in sciences, who have an idea about the human physiology and anatomy to say, okay, you can do this. And they pay per hour. So your hours are even flexible. I've heard a lot of people talk, and we are not excluded about creating jobs. But for me, it should be about building the economy. The consequence of it will be to create jobs. Jobs won't drop from the sky. So there must be a constructive plan to build the national economy. We have to work together. We have a huge moment here before us. We have an economy that is in so much need to be done. We need to build bridges, we need to build homes, we need to build trains, we need to build companies, we need to feed ourselves. We have no business with unemployment, but we must change our attitude about the kind of jobs that we are stereotyped to look for. We must be the generation that will build the capital that will unleash this country's possibilities and abilities. The European capital has left. So this is the time when our entrepreneurs must build a new capital that will take us to our dreams.
Ignite, from dreams to reality.
What do I like? I like what I do. I like going on holiday with my family. And I like my car. I like gadgets. And I like my bank.
If your bank were us, you would like us too. Since 1894, we have built a strong and stable financial institution based on insightful local know-how, global reach, and a commitment to deliver to you world-class innovative solutions. First Bank, truly the first.
Ignite, from dreams to reality.
Well, as you're aware, Lagos State is the commercial and economic nerve center of the country. Therefore, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry is very critical in ensuring that we continue to create an enabling environment for investments, for commerce to thrive in Lagos State, because we intend to remain the commercial nerve center of this country. So we're here in commerce to promote everything that will ensure that the environment is conducive both for local and foreign investors to thrive. For starters, we had the celebration of our artisans in the state. In the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, we have over 200 associations registered, cutting across different sectors. Without these artisans, this economy will not thrive. These artisans are the bedrock of the local economy. And what we've tried to do here is to ensure that we retrain them so that their skills are more up to date with what is going on around us. So we've done capacity building for artisans. We're looking at funding arrangement for artisans as well so that they can have access to funding at single-digit interest rate. Nigeria is a land of opportunities, and Lagos State in particular has so much to offer. And the government in Lagos State is doing everything possible to make sure that this environment is conducive. What I will say to the youth is that they should put their thinking caps on and think out of the box and look for avenues outside the 9-to-5 jobs. Avenues where they themselves can create employment. And these avenues will come in critical areas. There are 4 critical sectors that the state is promoting to develop this economy, and that is power, agric, transportation, and housing. And within those 4 sectors, you will find that there are various opportunities for youths to thrive. All they have to do is look out for these opportunities. The partnership that we have with the After School Graduate Development Center, AGDC, the idea is to retrain our unemployed youths because they have so much energy, but this energy hasn't been channeled in the right direction for them to realize that there are opportunities in entrepreneurship rather than just looking for a white-collar job. So the idea is to ensure that they are exposed to various opportunities and they're also trained so that they can, at the end of the day, run their own businesses and also become employers of labor, which is why we've chosen to partner with AGDC on this project, because AGDC themselves are reputable, they have the integrity, they have a good system in place to be able to attract the right sort of people and give them the right training. And as you know, the promoter herself is an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur over the years. And the relationship so far has been excellent, and we're expecting that with this program, we would be able to have an impact on the youths within Lagos State.
Ignite, from dreams to reality. Send in your comments, questions, and shoutouts to our Facebook page, facebook.com/IgniteTV, Twitter/IgniteTVNG, and check out our website, www.ignite-tv.com. For extras on Ignite, visit our YouTube account on www.youtube.com/IgniteTVNigeria for lots more about the show and lots of useful information on building your business. See you same time, same place on Ignite TV. Keep the fire burning.